Now, the issue of pensions for former governors and their deputies have been in the front burners for some time. The practice, which has become a norm in many states in the country, have been criticized by different human rights groups, describing it as a conduit pipe to steal government funds. Now, joining me to look at this issue is Bola Oba, a public affairs analyst. Thank you, Oba, for joining us. Now, is it not time to review the issue of pensions for former governors and deputies again, just as Governor Sanwo-Olu is planning to do?
And your question is?
Now, if you heard me, I said, is it not time to review the issue of pensions for former governors and deputies again, just as Governor Sanwo-Olu is planning to do for the 2021 budget? What do you think about this?
Better late than never. Better late. It ought not to have been at all that it lasted. It was a travesty, or is still a travesty, because the law is yet to be repealed. It was a travesty that assaulted the sensibilities of Nigerians, and about time it came to an inglorious end.
Now, what do you think about the governor pushing this bill through the House of Assembly? Do you think it can become successful? Because, of course, issues have been raised in the past with regards to pensions for former governors. Some have said that the cost of governance is too high in Nigeria. But beyond saying it, do you think it will actually come to fruition, knowing fully well how the Nigerian polity is?
The governor wouldn't have dared if Bodilon had not consented to it. It is now blatantly clear to the Lagos establishment that that law is in itself an act of infamy. And in the backdrop of all that is happening now, the governor mentioning it in the State Assembly is a function of the fact that the Lagos establishment knows that about time that law came to an end, so that the establishment does not get a whipping in the next general election. I think the governor is not doing this unilaterally. I think the assembly will pass it because I want to believe that the infamy that act is bringing upon the Lagos establishment must have instructed the move by the governor. So this is not a unilateral move by the governor. And I should believe that the same act that gave the governor the courage of character to speak to the subject would be the same act that would have intimated the members of the State House of Assembly to do the right thing, and about time they did.
All right, thank you very much. But definitely you have a positive response towards this. It's a good thing to know that you feel that the Lagos State House of Assembly will bring this law to fruition. But thank you very much, Bola Oba, for coming on the program.